This is the coolest guitar that I own. It's the Ovation Tangent Series T357. It is a super shallow bullback with a spruce top, and it has a couple of circular sound holes on the front, and it's really, really comfortable to play. It's powered by the Ovation OP30 preamp, which allows you a certain amount of EQ control, and very, very useful, it has the onboard tuner as well. That headstock is just super cool with gunmetal grey tuners. Then we have enormous frets, but it's also a super deep, dark rosewood fingerboard as well. And when I say that those frets are fat, I mean it. There's the headstock again. The bridge is made out of ebony. Strings go through the bridge over the top of it there, and has a high gloss black finish. Hello. But would you expect anything less from a guitar that's made specifically for Dave Mustaine? That's my Ovation Tangent TK357. It needed a little bit of work done to it. I had to go over the frets a little bit with a little bit of sandpaper. They were a little bit rusted. And some of the tuners are a little bit the worse for wear, unfortunately. Maybe you'll see some of that in the footage. And there is actually a little bit of a chip out of the nut that probably happened over the period of time when I was gigging with that guitar, which is a little bit disappointing, but nothing too untoward. Like that little chip out of the nut, it doesn't impact the playability. It doesn't, like, no strings are popping out of the nut or anything like that. So with that said, let's give it a little bit of a play and see how it sounds. it, folks. That is my Ovation Tangent T357. Overall verdict, I think it's a really, really good guitar. As you can hear from the sound examples there, I actually do think it probably sounds a little bit better mic'd up than it does plugged in. When it comes to plugged in electroacoustic guitars, I don't think any of them sound incredible, but I think that's probably as good as they really get. But micing that one up, I was very surprised with the fidelity of the sound and the quality of the sound that was coming out of it. I mean, sometimes you can trust your ears and you can trick yourself into thinking that something sounds particularly good, when actually people who are listening to you don't think it sounds particularly good at all. That's one of the things that you have to deal with, perception that of other people's ears and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think that actually sounds really, really good when it's mic'd up. As mentioned earlier though, this is a guitar that was made specifically for Dave Mustaine and Megadeth. Ovation were releasing the Tangent series specifically for touring. That's why it's a super shallow bullback. That's why it's comfortable to play, standing up or sitting down. It was made for touring to be comfortable. It was given to Dave Mustaine to effectively beta test it, and he played it on the bus, and he played it during the acoustic parts of their set, presumably for like Tout Le Monde, stuff like that. And apparently it was so beloved by the rest of the band members that they all wanted them, so they gave them all Tangent guitars. And look, it seems like a really, really good guitar. I haven't toured with it, I've played gigs with it, and it's held up. Even with that chip on the nut, it's really, really good. So I would recommend that if you find one, if you can see one at some stage in your life, I would not hesitate to snap it up. At the time, that one cost me a couple of $100. I say a couple of hundred. I think it was a bit more than a couple of $100, probably a bit in the region of $500 to $600 Canadian at the time. So if you can find one within a reasonable price range, again, I'd recommend snapping one up. That's it for this video, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by and for watching my maiden guitar review video. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to be able to do or do generally. I just thought that this one would be really cool to do with the Tangent specifically. But if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button, leave me comments in the comments section below, and of course subscribe to the channel to see more of this kind of thing in the future. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.